key players whose descendants would carry their will and finally put an end to the devil's regime. I have figured out why Emu relentlessly aimed to eradicate their existence. It's all because of some special bloodlines and prophecies that was made 900 to 800 years ago from the current story, taking us back to Joy Boy, Poseidon, Lily, and Davy Jones. Now, a lot of you should already know my deep canon of what went down 900 years ago, but to quickly summarize, during the First World's Cataclysm, an insane volcanic eruption led to the Red Lines formation. Sunlight Eve was wrapped around magma which had cooled down. At the same time, this tree started accepting wishes via Haki of the living, in turn forming devil fruits. However, the aftermath led to a period where those who survived had to adapt to the new harsh climate, leading to fish folks, giants, and other races. The world, as it progressed, returned back to a state of functionality with even a higher level of civilization, i.e. the Great Kingdom. Yet other nations developed with a backwards thinking of superiority, bringing rise to slavery and oppression. This brought in Joy Boy, who had eaten the Nika fruit and used it to liberate all kinds of people. Emu gathered 20 kingdoms and declared war. After tricking Zunisha, stealing Uranus, Emu won the Great War. If you guys want a detailed video on this, then make sure to smash the like button and let me know down below. But with that out of the way, to understand how Blackbeard plays a huge part in the final war of One Piece, we have to focus on what happened next. As after the war, the ancient kingdom was left sunken in ruins. Joy Boy, near death's doors, used this insane deep Haki to glimpse into the future and saw that Emu would one day be defeated by those who carry on his will. To ensure this future, Joy Boy verified the details, obtaining a prophecy with a fortune teller, likely the ancestor of Madame Charlie, who, let's not forget, accurately prophesied the coming of Poseidon and Shirahoshi, and of Luffy destroying Fishman Island, which we all know will be due to him blowing up the Red Line, bringing every fish folk to land, fulfilling Joy Boy's original promise. Regardless, Joy Boy understood from Charlie's ancestor that the end game against Emu will happen in 800 years. This prophecy that had literally paved the way for the future was set to happen in a specific era. We know this to be true because number 1, Toki, the daughter of the Amatsuki shogun, had eaten the fruit that allowed her to travel through time. It was as though destiny had brought her and Odin together, giving birth to their son Momonosuke, who coincidentally became the master of Zunisha. Obviously, Toki's father was the original master and understood the importance of preserving his bloodline in order for Zunisha to play his part in the final war, hence why they sent Toki to the future. Number 2, Joy Boy, with the help of Wano, elaborated a perfect method to preserve knowledge and their secrets with the use of poneglyphs. This wouldn't be needed if Joy Boy didn't expect there to be a long period before the final war, especially since he kept the ancient weapon and warship Pluton safe within Wano's border. Number 3, the Sea Kings in chapter 968 had also held onto a prophecy predicting an exact time period when their queen Poseidon will be reborn alongside Joy Boy, who then were expected to meet each other, and that the whales were waiting in anticipation. This prophecy was actualized after Luffy met Shirahoshi, perfectly following the timeline. When Luffy ascends from Fishman Island, we see the whales dancing in joy as the prophecy came to be. Number 4, in chapter 958, Odin, after visiting Laugh Tale, stated he will open Wano's border in 20 years time to prepare for Joy Boy's return, and even Roger stated he was too early, but his son will be the one to find One Piece, fulfilling Joy Boy's will. Again, a specific timeline. There are many other hints indicating Joy Boy knew Emu's defeat will happen in the far future, but the one that takes the cake is of course the mural carved onto the Adam tree in Albath. Ripley stated that this was done during the Void Century by kids. The images shown also reflects the religious holy text held by them, foretelling 3 distinct eras. The drawing on the right depicts the first world, whilst the drawing on the left depicts the second. Now, the text of the third world has yet to come, so there's no depiction of it yet. But the general concept and idea of prophecies is literally canon. Even Kaido believed he would be defeated by Joy Boy prior to Luffy manifesting this. And given that Balls Deep future sight actually exist, along with fortune tellers, prophetic books, and the mural, I'm pretty certain Joy Boy and his crew knew they would not be able to win against Imu after losing the Great War, but would eventually succeed by passing down their inherited will. Hence, Joy Boy, the first pirate to ever exist, the liberator of chains, focused his final energy in preparing the path for the future generation. Now that we clarified that there was indeed a prophecy with a determined timeline, we come to Joy Boy's preparation. You see, I'm certain when we get this flashback, it would be parallel to Orochi's reign over Wano, and how the samurais had to covertly initiate a rebellion. If you guys forgot, to keep their plan subtle, they utilized special tattoos and markings which only their inner member would understand. This reflects back to the initial D. I believe that the early pirates of Joy Boy's crew only adopted the D after they had lost the war. Due to the betrayal which cost them everything, they had to keep things tight-knit for the future plan. Hence, a trusted few decided to take on the initial of D, representing their pirate crew and goal. D for the dream of everyone being equal and happy to live and eat under the one dawn. They would introduce themselves to each other with the D in their name, so those who knew its meaning would trust them. To me, it's pretty obvious as we have Ds from all across different races, so it's not inherently linked to a bloodline or a specific clan nor a nation. Jaguar D Sol and Lily are some prime examples. I doubt their father or ancestors had the D in their name, yet they adopted it. Lily likely did after her country joined the war, and once he learned about Imu's true motive, flood the world and create a new haven above. Arabasta's royalty was always with their people, so this was an outrageous idea, which is why Lily betrayed Imu and helped Joy Boy to prepare for the future. Once the poneglyphs were made, they were hidden all around the world, with Pluton being safeguarded in Wano, and then the remaining members of Joy Boy's crew, the clan of D, all went their way, holding on to the will of a new dawn. If Joy Boy represents a deity, then Davy was his right-hand man, or at least a huge follower. Joy Boy was going around liberating the enslaved from the pompous kingdoms around. For example, we know that the Tontatas had been oppressed 900 years ago by the Don Quixote family, so this was a common theme. Joy Boy dreamed of a new world where everyone could eat, drink, and party under one sun, regardless of race, traditions, and differences, which would then make it a lot of sense if Davy D. Jones was a huge advocate of this, especially if as a child he idolized Joy Boy. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I really do want Blackbeard to be part of the final fight and give importance to the Yummy Yummy no Mi as it deserves.